How Abraham Lincoln really looks. Yes, Abraham Lincoln was black. All
This is why I make the videos that I make. And this is why it's so important to talk about African history before.
Abraham Lincoln really looks. Yes, Abraham Lincoln was black. All
This is why I make the videos that I make. And this is why it's so important to talk about African history before, during, and after colonialism. Okay. So let's learn something new and learn about the fact that that is not Abraham Lincoln. Let's get started. I'll probably take about 2-3 minutes of your time. This theory that that's Abraham Lincoln has been talked about since 2015, and it has been on Facebook for years now and been shared over 200,000 times. He mentioned in his previous video, when you Google search Abraham Lincoln, these are the type of photos that will show up. Well, the reason why those photos show up, it's because it's freaking him. Okay. There was over 130 photos taken of him throughout his life. This is Abraham Lincoln. Now, what I always say is origins always matter. And we're going to talk about Augustus Washington. Augustus Washington was born a free black man in 1820 in New Jersey. He was a successful photographer and daguerreotypist. Here are one of the advertisements the Hartford Daily did in 1852. It says Washington is at home and daily executing beautiful and correct miniatures equal to any in this country at his uncommonly cheap prices. Now we're going to fast forward to 1852 when Augustus Washington decided that he was going to move to Liberia. Now, the reason why he moved to Liberia was because of the American Colonization Society. They sold a dream that emancipated or free blacks could move to Africa and start their own colony free of racism, discrimination, blah, blah, blah. If you want to read the history of Liberia and how that did not work out well, please do so. Now, unfortunately, during those times, disclaimer, during those times, it was very important to assimilate to white culture and be accepted by white people for some black people. And unfortunately, Augustus Washington turned into that type of person as well. Not only him, but other black people that moved to Liberia. And during his time in Liberia, he was commissioned by the American Colonization Society to take photos to make everything look good, make the optics look good, make their new colony look good, and that everything is working out well. And
Hey, grace and peace, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just doing a little test here. My man said, and I just got hit about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes ago. I left the church early to get down here. We doing a lot to try to, make this stuff happen. Most excellent said, Berean, they're complaining about the title of the debate. Don't let them take that as a narrative. Might want to change it. Vocab hit me and said that, um, that Gorilla Hebrew and Sakari and them complaining I about it's one-sided, something to that effect. I said I was gonna just get here. And I don't know, folk don't know. I'm old. I'm old school. I don't know how to even make this thing was made up at the last minute. My man threw it together, did the flyer for me so we could put it out there so we can promote this thing. But I see Sakari and them, they already had a video up with a flyer on it from 2 days ago. So I told Vocab to hit me with that. It's a lot going on. I've been trying to share some stuff for a few years now to bring some communities together and have some discussion. It didn't happen the way that I thought it would happen, through maybe urban apologists and what some people would call moderates. But say what you want, the camps got Israel on the map. I'm gonna say that again. Folk get offended. My block finger heavy today. I got 500 on block. I'm gonna unblock everybody for the debate. But the camps are the ones. Kanye and them influenced by the camps. Camp doctrine got this Israel thing on the map where it's all up in Hollywood, where folk in the White House, Capitol Hill, where people talking. So what's going to go down tonight is extremely important with Gorilla Hebrew. Say what y'all want. He a leader. He a leader on one of them camps putting in the majority of the work. So it's not just him. It's not just him, but he's representing all of One West. He's representing almost everybody out here that's Israel, that's black folk that's claiming to be Israel, camps and non-campers alike, or what some people would call the moderates. We got to call it for what it is. We got to call it for what it is. I'm going to try not to block, but a lot of these people A lot of these people, already said the mic sound good. A lot of these people, they come around and they're used to foul language. They believe that's how the prophet spoke. I'll try to warn them. I'll try to tell them, mods, tell them folk, don't come in here and talk disrespectful. Don't come in here embarrassing the culture. I know a lot of these funny folk don't know what that means. I'm a Christian, but don't embarrass the culture. Don't come disrespecting. We'll read the rules and deal with that stuff later on. I want y'all to know a little bit about these two guys, and they put some stuff out. I'm going to play one. Matter of fact, being a y'all crybabies, I got to play the black folk first. Let me play the black folk first. Make y'all feel some type of way. Y'all going to complain anyway. Y'all going to complain anyway. Fair use. Let me just go right here for a minute.
Else over any nation. This lets us know that whoever the Israelites are going to have the edge and authority of interpretation of the text. So there's no need to get into theological topics.
Really Hebrew going straight, and ain't no sense in playing games and debating all this other stuff. Who are the Israelites? Who are the Israelites? What is this going to... I didn't want to start asking y'all no questions. We'll see where this debate gonna go. I got a few questions, but we're gonna see where this go. Everything is on the table right now. Are a large majority of you black folk in America Israelites, and y'all have been deceived? We'll talk about the church and how this thing is gonna all fall together. Depends on where this debate go. We're gonna have an after debate discussion. Fair use.
We need to establish who the legitimate children of Israel are, because whoever that is has the authority in interpreting this Bible. So why don't we cut all the BS out and let's get right to the root of what's going on here? Who are the Jews? Let's talk about what had this whole world in an uproar with Kanye West, with Kyrie Irving. Let's get to that. You want to play around? I don't care what you think the Bible says in matters of marriage.
All right, maybe it sound better than fair use. We're gonna get it in.
You think I care? Think any of us care? You think the average black or Hispanic person cares, is looking to Dr. Michael Brown for instruction? The answer is no. I'm not here to talk to you about that. Let's put it on the table, proof in the pudding. Who are the Israelites? That's the only thing to talk about.
I think this was posted, I don't know, 20 hours ago. This is the whole matter that's on the table right now. This is the whole matter that's on the table right now. This is based off of stuff Bruce and them been saying, what people would call the conspiracy, 13th tribe, Revelation 2 and 9, 3 and 9, those that call themselves. This is based on everything we've been hearing for the past couple of years. Fair use.
Right, go ahead, Asad.
Romans 8 and 19 in the NLT. For all creation is waiting eagerly for that future day when God will reveal who his children really are.
All of creation is waiting for the revelation of who the true chosen people are. All of creation. There's nothing more important in this world.
Another precept.
Right, go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 7, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, then I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth.
Let me stop for the brother even start reading. Look at this right here. Kobe saying, I'm Hispanic, and I look to Dr. Brown for instructions on how to be Messianic, how to be a Messianic Jew, since Israelites don't really know. Wow. Wow. Pastor Mike, I hope you're available later on. Fair use. I see you, dispensational Tim.
Holding back the four winds, so they did not blow on the earth or the sea or even on any tree. And I saw another angel coming up from the east, carrying the seal of the living God. And he shouted to those four angels who had been given power to harm land and sea, wait, don't harm the lands or the sea or the trees until we have placed the seal of God on the foreheads of his servants. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel. That then what falls after that is the return of the Messiah. So identifying who the actual Israelites are plays a part in the return of the Messiah. What's more important than that?
That's right.
I see you, Abu. Abu said, I hope audience questions are submitted via type comment. Letting audio members speak will make room for needless rambling. Absolutely so. Dr. Brown just hit us, and he just wanted clarity on that. Let me ask y'all a question. Would y'all rather have questions, like would y'all rather have Dr. Brown question Guerrilla Hebrew and Guerrilla Hebrew question Dr. Brown, as opposed to just taking random questions from the people in the audience? What are y'all thoughts on that right there? We're 2 hours from the debate. The clock is ticking. Fair use.
Right.
Whether
So
or
that's
not
what
1 + 1 is 1.
Come on now. So I'm gonna go over this. Elijah Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat. So I'm gonna go over this text with me and Vocab. No brothers is on Vocab, but Vocab has been very helpful in setting up this debate. I'll definitely say that.
Street apologist. Shout out to Vocab, helping bring this thing together. I agree. I think it'll be more clarity. People may not want to, because folk want to just get in there and talk, but I agree with Elder Mike. Here, Elder in the community got plenty time on here with us. He said, let them question each other. He said, let them question each other. A few people. Oh, okay. A few people. Cross-examination between participants is a must. A house of cards. This is a house of cards. They can't even prove they're Israelites. Well, I don't. You think that some of you Christians did a good job to disprove it? And then, of course, somebody's going to flip and want to know if Dr. Brown and people from his tradition have they proven that they are. This is tonight. This debate is of the utmost importance. I could say personally, I think between anybody that's going to do it, that's going to try to represent a lot of what y'all are teaching as Israelites, that's blacks in America, I gotta say between the two that would have had the best discussion, I gotta give it to Guerrilla Hebrew or Divine Prospect. Just Berean talking, fair use.
Right. So he texted me, says, Dr. Brown is in India. He asked me to set it up. Dr. Brown asked for 3 distinct topics to choose from. Selecting one of them to debate is the first step. So I texted back, I'll give you a ring in a minute, unless a little way looks better. Okay, sound good. So I talked to him. He said, all right, so this is Thursday, December 29th. He texted me, here's what Dr. Brown said to me. As for the European Jews question, because I talked to him about basically, all I want to talk about is who the Jews are. So, but initially, I only suggested for him to defend the European Jews, right? This is better. What we ended up coming with is better because not only does he have to defend and we get to attack their legitimacy, but we get to defend our legitimacy. So it's actually even better this way. Hosea, Yahweh Shemiah Shabbat with water. So he says, here's what Dr. Brown said. As for the European Jews question, we would need to phrase it like this. Are the Jews from every nation, including the continents of Africa and Europe? Right? Which, of course, I didn't agree to that topic. Why? Because I believe that Jews are in every nation. That's what the scriptures say, right? So that's not the question. He said, or perhaps we could use this full title for a Hebrew debate. Now he want to, first he suggests a topic that we don't disagree on. Well, I can't debate that. Now he says, well, let's have a debate. Lashon Kodash, Abba Bivens, and the language of the Bible. How was Hebrew originally written, spoken, and utilized in ancient times? Right? That I have no interest in. First off, there's no disputation on how the Hebrew language was written and utilized in ancient times. There's no disputation on that. It's plain and simple. All of the artifacts are there, right? The question is vocalization, right? And none of us have a tape recorder.
This is the beef right here. I've gotten so many comments from different people. That's how come I said I wanted to play different discussions with Gorilla Hebrew and like vocab, for instance. Look at this. This guy doesn't even have a GED trying to debate a real Jew, excuse me, with a PhD and can't speak Hebrew. I got both of their bios. I'm going to read both of their bios. The thing, I'm a little scared that y'all think y'all can play with the block. The block is different. There is a different university out here, y'all. So I don't want y'all to come in this thing sleeping. Hebrew asked you to listen. This vocab right here, I got you in the text. I just walked in the door. Gorilla Hebrew asked you to change the full title of the debate is the 12th trial. All right, I'm just gonna leave that up there, y'all. I don't know how to change this thing unless I hit a man. I just walked in the door, got paint and compound on my hands and everything, and I said, I'm gonna go live, check this microphone out. I'll pull out that other power microphone. The lot's going on. Trust me, I want this thing to happen. I don't want nobody to be offended. I know we got a bunch of crybabies running around here, bunch of chosen special folk running around here, but I'm trying to make it happen. This is what Sakari and them want. Berean TV, Gorilla Hebrew is asking you change the title of the video, the full of the debate, please. 12, this is the title, everybody. Elder Key, I'm going to try to see if I can get my elder to do it. I don't know nothing about that stuff. I'm going to see if he can do it. He threw it together for me. And I don't want to make people feel bad because I asked them to help me make this thing happen. This is the title of the debate for everybody, the 12 tribes chart or Ashkenazi Jews. Who's the legit children of Israel? Y'all hear me right now? That especially that last part right there. Good to see you, Sister Sherry. Who's the legit children of Israel? This ain't no moderates. The camps done put in the work. Gorilla Hebrew got a whole bunch on his shoulders right now. They saying he don't read the original language. He ain't got a PhD. I think it's going to be a problem, though. But y'all are going to tell me. We're going to all examine it. Because one thing I say, a lot of people have been in the cipher and listening for a long time. I'm scared some of my church folk are sleeping because they think it's all good. Oh, that brother dropped out of school. He dropped out. I'm not sure. I don't want to say anything. But I heard I could be confused in his testimony with Shaka Utmost about dropping out in the 10th grade. But he has a track record of putting work in and debating and discussing on different topics with various people from different cultures. Y'all see him in gorilla mode and y'all think, oh, yeah, oh, these guys. Matter of fact, let me just bring it up. I'd rather Dr. Brown say it in his video. When y'all start talking about thugging and street dudes and the stuff that y'all saying, I'm telling you right now, I don't want y'all to sleep. Don't sleep. This dude here, and I told y'all a while back, what's the other dude he run with, what to be rapping, the other Deacon and all of them. Don't think these dudes are nothing nice. These dudes not regular. Y'all want to call them street dudes. Y'all want to do all of this. Y'all be careful. They got first of all, the street respect them. The barbershops respect them. The block respect them. Don't think for a minute, because you see these dudes got fitteds and all of that these folk ain't sit up in the classroom. I'm going to let the video play. It's not a game. It's not a game. Vocab, we appreciate you throwing this together. Hopefully you'll jump on later on. All right, what he said. Berean, I hear you, brother. No need to worry about the flyer title. Just maybe the title for the actual live video, please. All right, the live. I would go into StreamYard to do that. Hit my jack, Vocab. Dunamis, hit my jack. I know you driving. I'm going to hit Ella Keith. What's good? Oh boy, Judah Auto. Alan, I see you. Shout out to Bruce. All right, let's let it play.
Right? We each could probably go to certain things. I could go to something in the Bible that's plain and clear, Lashawan Kodash, no way of getting around it. Right? That wouldn't be a problem. Here's the problem, though. That's one thing. How are we going to have a full debate on that, especially with no audio? We're going to be pretty much asserting outside of that one thing, it's going to be all assertions on both sides because we don't have any audio recording from 2,500, 3,000 years ago, right? Sister Zion, he says, he will also debate you on any of the following. Will all non-Israelite nations go into slavery and the world end by thermonuclear destruction? Are there modern-day prophets, apostles, in which organizations could true prophets and apostles not lead? Is reincarnation biblical? Are there people today who have been identified as people of old? How do we know? Is the kingdom only for Israel or will it be for all nations? Is the virgin birth legitimate, biblical, and necessary for the salvation of Israel? What is a man of the Lord? What are the qualities, actions, and beliefs of one? Right?
I'm gonna shut the comments down right now. Why are we watching Gorilla Hebrew right now? In 2 minutes, we can be watching Dr. Brown. Hopefully, you're gonna have the same energy. I said I was gonna play both of these guys so y'all can hear a little bit about in the pre-debate about what both of them had to say upcoming dealing with this, and I got to cue it up at certain spots. Appreciate you. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate you in the super chat. Fair use.
Which Israelite school has the whole truth? Why would I debate you on which Israelite school has the whole truth? You're not another Israelite school, right? Like, come on. Patrick Water. What is the history of marriage and how does the Bible define it? How should the righteous live it out today? What? Is the devil a spiritual being or a nation of people? What does scripture? So a lot of these topics are coming from a place of a lack of comprehension on our position on things, right? A lot of these topics like this, is the devil a spiritual being or first off, let's take the word devil in the New Testament. Devil is interpreted or is translated two different Greek words correspond to the English translation devil. One is demon. There is no disputation on whether or not a demon is a spiritual being, right? But are there physical beings, physical people called the devil? Yes, right? Come on now. Like some.
That's how come we believe theology is important. This debate, listen to this, listen Memphis Juju. Further chat, listen to Memphis Juju. This debate about to change the way people look at the Hebrew Israelites. They're going to have to respect us. It's a lot on the line. It's a lot on the line.
Some of this stuff is crazy.
It's going to be a debate. It'll just be a quick conversation.
We're talking about a whole debate. Yeah. We're talking about the meeting of the minds of a PhD scholar and a Hebrew Israelite leader. And these are the topics? Yeah. I think not. There's only one thing to talk about. Who are the Israelites? That's the only thing worth talking about. Let's be real.
Yeah, those topics sound like potato salad with raisins in it.
Literally. Right? So then I said, that wouldn't be a point of contention, seeing that I believe that Israelites are in all nations. Could we get specific to the lineage of the Ashkenazim? Let's cut to the chat. I want to talk about the Ashkenazim, right? He said, I don't think so, because he's not claiming anything like only or all Ashkenazi are Shemitic. Ooh, interesting. I say, yeah, some of those topics suggested aren't really points of contention, and I'm more so interested in debating topics regarding the lineage of Jacob. Vocab says, okay, I'll let them know, but clearly some of the other topics.
I want to hear from y'all why y'all think this debate is important. I want to hear from some of y'all thinking folk. Not you echo chamber people just crawling up, some thinking folk. Why y'all think this is important? Professors gonna be listening. Other people just different. Who y'all used to talking to, they gonna be here, but it's gonna be a bunch of other folk also. There's gonna be a bunch of other folk also that's gonna be in here. Be on your best behavior. Think. Be a thinking people. Try to be respectful. People in here that y'all don't even think is in here, they're gonna be watching, listening, and recording. Govern yourself accordingly. Let me stop this right now for a second. Let me stop this right now. I want to see some of the responses. Why y'all think this thing is important? Why y'all think this thing is important? Fair use.
And then as soon as our Muslim friends put it up, then we'll put it up right after that. So we'll let you know about that. Tonight's debate, you can watch. We'll be posting links on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook and Twitter. posting links for you, but it is Berean TV. So Berean TV. If you search for that on YouTube, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So just to give a little history, here and there, something would come up about Hebrew Israelites, or as some have called them, Black Hebrew Israelites, and I would answer the questions and discuss things every so often. Very rarely get a phone call, but then I see sometimes in social media comments these challenges. Brown, you white Edomite devil, you're ducking us, you're terrified, and I'd say, I'm glad to talk to someone, have call in, or someone qualified. It needs to be qualified to be fair to the other side, right? In any debate, you want to have a qualified spokesperson. So no one ever stepped forward. And then I came up again with some of the recent controversies with some celebrities espousing similar ideas and things like that. So when Al-Azhar stepped forward and said he'd do the debate, by all means, when I looked into it a little bit, definitely qualified in terms of a leader within the Hebrew Israelite movement. Now, I know you have different groups, you have different sects within it, but he's definitely a leader, and his views are represent the views of many others. So absolutely. And I've no question that he's done his homework, that he's going to be really prepared tonight. You say, come on, Dr. Brown, the guy's a street thug. He's a racist. It's inflammatory stuff. Why debate? Well, I categorically reject the inflammatory rhetoric. Absolutely. I don't expect to hear that tonight. I expect to hear him come and do his best to bring academic arguments and things like that. I'm certainly going to do that on my end. I've taken this very seriously. But let me just give you a contrast and put a couple of thoughts forward for you. So first, Al-Azhar is talking about the debate. This is on his channel. A friend sent me the link yesterday, I guess. So let's just take a listen as he sets things up. Do we have it? Oh, we seem to have stalled somehow. Okay. Let's see. Are we ready to go? All right, let's try again and listen to Al-Azhar talking about the debate the other day.
We're starting in all praise to the Most High. Most High will, something very monumental is going to be taking place in the earth. And that thing that's going to be taking place is a meeting of the minds, a debate, a battle of information, scriptural, historical, and whatever else, between one of the premier scholars on the planet, acclaimed by some, PhD Dr. Michael Brown, a Jewish Christian, a Jew for Jesus, and again, a top theological scholar in the world. We'll be debating myself, Chief Priest Al-Azhar Baloy, aka the Guerrilla Hebrew. This will all be happening on Berean TV right here on YouTube, free for the viewing audience. The stream will start at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. That is next Thursday, March the 23rd. Make sure to mark your calendar. Make sure to go and subscribe to Berean TV. Set your notifications. This will be one, Lord willing, for the record books. We will be debating who are the legit children of Israel, the Ashkenazi Jews or the 12 tribes chart.
If there is any time during the year to be praying for the salvation of Jewish people.
All right, so he goes on. There's more to his video, obviously. I played a fair clip. Sorry, we had something else running in the background there for a moment. So his position is that there are the 12 tribes of Israel can all be located. For example, Mexico is the tribe of Issachar, or Haiti is the tribe of Levi, or different Native American tribes are Gad and Reuven, and that African Americans are the tribe of Judah, etc. So I found that utterly, completely bogus. Of course, there's no question they're Black Jews. There's no question they're Hispanic Jews. No question about that. I'm not debating that whatsoever.
And there's somebody with a slick self talking about, well, we get more from him than we got from the urban. Hey, yo, I'm telling y'all tonight, my block finger gonna be heavy. He's saying there's no question that they're Black Jews. There's no question that there are people that are Hispanic that are Jewish. That's what he's saying right here. I'm gonna go back to Guerrilla Hebrew because he's going to clear up also, so there's no confusion. Because a lot of people, they reel behind, thinking one thing is being argued, and like the other sister said, you're hearing what folk not saying. Fair you.
But the chart itself I find to be completely bogus. then challenges, well, how Ashkenazi Jews are not real Jews or later converts or whatever. So that will come up. That's what we'll be discussing, and it's a fair topic to discuss.
And it's a fair topic to discuss. Shout out to my co-host. Shout out to Dunamis. Y'all play games. Y'all think he's something nice, but he gonna ask them hard questions. If they are converts, what's the beef? That's a whole nother discussion right there. What's the beef with the converts? Because y'all different. Y'all be saying one thing, and it sounds like sometimes y'all talking against the scriptures. We're gonna let it keep going. No, vocab's not gonna moderate, but he gonna be right there. And I don't know, he might jump on afterward. I don't know if he's gonna go live or he's gonna jump on and we're gonna do an after debate discussion. I definitely want to invite a few people on to we don't know which way y'all talking. It's people like this right here. It's people like this right here. Fair use.
There are other things I put forward as potential things to discuss. Some of my colleagues involved said, hey, take a look at these. Maybe he wants to debate some of these. So he has his reasons for not wanting to debate those. And this is something we can agree on. That's perfectly fine. So I know he's obviously speaking very highly of me, more highly of me than I'd speak of myself, right? Speaking very highly of me to tell everyone, hey, this is a serious debate with a serious scholar to be taken seriously. Okay, I'm all in. I'm taking it seriously on my end. And on the other hand, you do have, so here's some of his street preaching from February of 2022, which takes on a different tone. Let's listen to this.
His name is Hamashiach Yahushua. You guys know him as Jesus Christ, a big, angry black man. That's right. A black man who the whites of his eyes are red, and he's ready to come and kill. He wants to stomp people's brains out of their cranium. I want you to understand the Bible says that. He wants to step on you people's heads until your brains come out. Remember what 50 said? And his brain come out the top like Jack in the Box. Remember that? It's one of my favorite lines, right? That's what Christ is coming back to do.
All right. So that's the rhetoric that I find ugly, dangerous, inflammatory. Is Jesus coming back in flaming fire, taking vengeance on those who don't know God? Yes, but it's not going to be based on race. It's going to be based on those who reject him and reject the gospel and reject God. They'll come under his judgment. But it's not going to be based on race or ethnicity. It's going to be based on those who've accepted his mercy and grace through the cross and are now living to please and honor him, be they Jew, Gentile, be they black, white, red, yellow, brown, etc. So I don't expect him to come with that rhetoric tonight. I don't expect him to come with that attitude, but obviously want to probe to the extent that it's relevant. And we're going to stay within the parameters of the debate, of course, but to the extent that it's relevant, I want to understand how that ties in with being legit Israelites. Now, I'm not, that's not something that comes up in the main part of the debate back and forth, but if it's relevant at any point, those are the things that I find very disturbing. So I'm very happy to do debate for the sake of truth. And I encourage everyone, if you're tuning in, you might say, I'm not listening to that guy's just some thug. No, hear what he has to say. Hear what he has to say and evaluate it based on truth. And somebody said, man, I won't listen to what this brown guy has to say. He's a white man. No. Listen to what I have to say based on truth. Because, 2 + 2 = 4 is not a black equation, a white equation, Hispanic equation, a Jewish equation, a Gentile equation. It's just mathematics. It's just truth. So we're pursuing truth at any cost, at any consequence, and praying that Jesus, Yeshua, will be highly lifted up. You say, where they get that Hebrew from? It's a complete invention, a modern invention that they call Ashuan Quadash. It's a complete modern invention. It violates principles of Semitic morphology and phonology going back through history. And yeah, we can trace vocalizations back and know how things were pronounced in the ancient world fairly closely. And it's absolutely not that. So if you're wondering where in the world that come from, that's what that is. In any case, make sure to tune in and be praying that Jesus, Yeshua, would be exalted, that many eyes would be open, that truth would triumph over lies. All right. Soon as we come back, literally, as soon as we come back, we are going straight to the phones. And Radar Apologetics, thanks for your donation on YouTube. We
topics are points of contention between you and him: virgin birth for one, kingdom slavery for another. And again, these are all topics that I would love to discuss with other Israelites in the truth. Israelites who believe the virgin birth, or Israelites who believe, about the kingdom and things. I'm down to talk to my people about that, not you. It's funny sometimes when we debate the nations on things. It's like it doesn't matter. Remember The Rock? It doesn't matter what you think, right? And like you said, people don't listen. This is not somebody who's influential over. This is not T.D. Jakes. Right. This is not Creflo Dollar. This is not Geno Jennings, right? The woke church, Dr. Eric Mason, one of the top. This ain't none of that, right? So I'm just not interested in this, in talking about this with him. Malo, Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Thought with the water. So I said, boom. I said, listen, so this is why I said the vocab. I said, I appreciate you, vocab. So you can understand, I have no interest in debating a non-person of color on doctrinal topics, as he is not a leader of my target demographic, if that makes sense. So I let vocab know, if you're not black or Hispanic, I'm not really interested in talking doctrine with you, because you're not influential enough. Killing you is not important enough on those topics, on those battlefronts, because our people don't care what you think about that anyway. But if we make it about who the Jews are, oh, they gonna care. And if you don't believe me, rewind the hands of time and look at every headline from November and December, and what was it about? Look at every podcast from November to December. What was it about? CNN, what was it about? It was about what Kanye West and Kyrie Irving were talking about. Who are the Jews? Right? Viral everywhere. That's what we got to talk about. So vocab says it's likely that limitation will be a problem in agreeing to a debate thesis. Still, I will pass that on unless you want him to elaborate or have me send him something else. I said, okay, let me know. And if I come up with anything else, I'll be sure to hit you up. So we got to talk about something else. So he says, Dr. Brown is still wanting clarification on the language debate is dead or an option. Moshe Yabashimi Shabbat with water. He says he's also willing to debate something like 12 tribe chart versus Ashkenazi Jews, which is legit, right? So I said, okay, that 12 tribe versus Ashkenazi may be great, actually, and I'm willing to do a three-way call. So,
Thank you, Mr. Phil Fox. Appreciate you.
we end up agreeing on that. So I just wanted to address that because, again, he tried to spin and twist the narrative as if, he pumps any fear in anybody's heart. No, you simply don't. We walk with the Most High. The Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, right? He's given us a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, right? So, hey man, in my best bar, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see something. Sounds. Oh, I got it. Hey man, March 23rd.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. I got that Bar Scott. Y'all couldn't hear it in the room. That's that Bar Scott. Can't wait. Oh my God, I forgot I had that. Right? Can't wait. Bart Scott voice. Salakia. Boom. Right? So, all praise to the Most. I didn't even want to dignify it, but everything happens in the spirit. All right. Make sure everybody in the building, you hit that like button.
It's gorilla
right?
time.
It's definitely gorilla time. Y'all definitely need to hit that like button.
All right. What are y'all thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Do me a favor, type one if y'all can hear me. Type of one if y'all can hear me. Hopefully this thing is on. We're doing them a set. Let me put that link out there. See, somebody want to jump on and say something before I get out of here. Clean this thing up, get ready and try to change this flyer. We're about up to, I don't know, maybe an hour. We're a little over an hour. I'm gonna try to change the flyer on vocab suggest at least change it on the StreamYard. We try to accommodate people. Some folk will never be happy. I came on here saying that whatever the 300, 400, 500 people that may be blocked, I'm going to unblock, because it's important that, people hear what's going on. We ask people, don't be disrespectful. The mods and them, at least the main mods, they know that that a few of them will time out here and there, but usually it's me that'll get the block number up. You talk disrespectful, you going. Plain and simple, this is just what it is. You're gonna, you disrespecting another race, another culture. Don't come in here ignorant, thinking you disrespecting, you speaking like a prophet, and you running around here with the filthy potty mouth. Don't do it. You're gonna be blocked. You just gonna play yourself. Don't do it. We're gonna try to have it respectful, and we'll try to see where we can go with this. This is of the utmost importance. Do y'all hear me? This is of the utmost importance. I'm going to ask them church questions and about the black church and what the Israelites been preaching. But shout out to them cats from One West. They the ones who put the work on the block. I got to call it for what it is, not the moderates. They the ones that put the work on the block. Later on, other people started doing stuff, putting books, putting information, trying to grab and drag things together. And some people ran into some stuff. You still got some young cats been to school playing ball. You got some cats that ran into some Ron Dalton. Shout out to Ron Dalton. It is what it is. It's on the block now. We're gonna have to deal with it. And it's gonna, I agree with the other sister. It's gonna be, people are gonna view Hebrew Israelites different after the night. I don't know if it's gonna be in a good way. Y'all been doing a lot of talking. I see comments about Hitler. We got professors, we got rabbis, we got the feds, we got everybody coming through, everybody recording, everybody listening from so many different backgrounds. I like the fact that there's so many educators coming. Maybe the educators going to get educated. Maybe they're looking like, well, I can't believe who believed this silliness, this nonsense. But these brothers been on the block for years and they've been talking, and it's time for people to put the proverbial money where the mouth is. We're going to see what's what. Time for folk to really source up. We're going to see what's what. And most importantly, a lot of people that's been involved in a certain faith, that's been following certain traditions, their tradition's going to be tested. Just remember what everything that was said far as what we're not arguing. Don't come in here thinking you're proving something to some people that already have admitted to certain things. Let me see. All right, let me check my phone. Oh, that's too many. Oh yeah, that's too many comments right there. There's too many comments. A lot of comments are in there. Share the video. I'm gonna try to get on here. It's gonna take me half an hour to do that. Then I'm mic check with Gorilla Hebrew and Dr. Brown. I think they said we're gonna do that at 7, but we're not on until 7:30. Maybe I can get 45-minute power nap. Share the video. We'll be live in about an hour. All right. God bless.